What's up, fish gang? Welcome back to Monster Fish Only, aka Mofo Fish. We talk about monster fish and monster tanks. I'm your host, OGP, and today we're talking about the Dovii cichlid, aka the wolf cichlid, aka PARACHROMIS. Dovii. Now, before we dive in, quick PSA. Yeah, so if you're watching this video, you're probably between the ages of 20, 55, and you probably got your heart broke by your high school sweetheart. And she probably left a big gigantic hole right in the middle of that heart. And you know what you need to do with that hole? You need to stuff it full of mofo fish videos. Wait, what? Yo, DJ, man, run the intro.
Hey, fish gang, you know we come alive from the fish tank. Don't be getting mad cause your fish lame. Yeah, every time you hit I do a water change. Fish gang, you know we come alive from the fish tank. Don't be getting mad cause your fish lame. Yeah, every time you hit I do a water change. Water change, 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 water change. I really got a jag in the red tail. Fish game smooth like Denzel. Your boyfriend.
Alright, so before we get started, I just want to give a huge shout out to the fish gang. If you haven't already, smash the mofo like button, smash the mofo subscribe button, smash the mofo bell icon so we can get this content out to more crazy fish people like you. Now, to the Dovii cichlid. This is a true monster fish. They are the epitome of a monster fish. Dovii is a massive cichlid that is highly intelligent and extremely massive and aggressive as an adult male. They hail from Central America and are a top predator in the water. They are 100% carnivores in the wild, so to mimic that diet, you want to provide them with plenty of this. Massive order life. If you don't do that, then you can use this, Cichlid Gold. If you're going to go with the Cichlid Gold option, you're going to want to mix in plenty of shrimp, plenty of tilapia, plenty of cod to still provide them with those natural fish oils and nutrients that they get from their diet, their pescatarian. You can totally do live feeders, but bear in mind this will ramp up their aggression by like
a million.
And because it will trigger their primal instincts. And secondly, you could be introducing them to fish disease. So we don't want to have sick fish, we want to be responsible fish keepers. Setting up the tank is easy. It's just a big glass box with plenty of sand and a few large rocks. Paint the back of the tank black. That will probably make the fish pop a little bit more, but that's totally up to you. It's not really rocket science, just a large tank. The larger the better. Keep the tank at 75 to 82 degrees. You want to keep them in the warmer water. That way you get the actual, personality of the fish. Again, they come from Central America, so that's what they're used to. The males reach up to 28 inches. That's over 2 feet. 2 feet. That's the big boy. And you're sitting there saying, hey, I'm going to go ahead and throw him into the 125 flow L. Keep in mind that a 125 is only 18 inches from front to back. So this fish can get over 2 feet. That's 24 inches. That's not enough. So, bare minimum, you might get you one that stays smaller. So you might be able to keep it in the 125. But like I said before, to get the most out of this fish, you're probably going to want to keep it in a 240. And you can just pop him in there and watch him rule that tank, and he will love it. He will be just fine there. So tank mates are going to be few and far in between. Unless you have an absolutely massive tank, you're probably going to want to keep it by itself. If you're getting it and you're putting it in at 125, no sir. When it's an adult, no sir. You're not going to be able to keep it with any other fish. As a juvenile, it'll be fine. But once it starts to figure out who he is and starts to see his own reflections, like, oh, I'm the big man on campus. And he's not going to be cool with nobody else swimming around his tank. I promise you that. You get you a larger tank. I'm talking 500 gallons up with a lot of space and a lot of room for them to swim around. And even still, that's kind of playing with fire. You might be able to get away with the Umbi. You might be able to get away with the Black Nasty, a Red Terror, maybe even a Red Devil, because they're similar in temperament, maybe even a Jaguar, but probably have the best idea. The best analogy I can provide for you is that it's going to be kind of like keeping a bunch of grown men inside of the same house. If it's a mansion and they have their own space and their own room, it'll probably be alright. But in a tiny, one-bedroom apartment, it ain't gonna work. No way in the world. there will be bloodshed. You've been warned. These fish can live up to 30 years, so that's a long commitment. I mean, some of you guys can't extend a relationship for 30 days, you know? So when it turns to a large predator fish, are you going to be able to keep up with the 2 water changes a week? Are you going to want to go to the store and buy the fresh cut tilapia and, you know, coming home from work, oh man, I'm out of shrimp. Are you going to want to stop and get the shrimp? Are you going to want to clean that stuff before you fill it into the tank? You're going to have to do that for 30 years. You're going to have to keep ordering more and more and more of this. The same bag's going to keep coming in on your Amazon. It's going to keep coming in on Amazon. This bag's like 25 bucks. And the bigger fish that I have now, they go through a bag of this in like a week or 2. You know what I mean? That's very expensive. That's like $100 a month. I'm spending on just one bag of food alone. And when you get your big boy, that big boy is going to eat a lot. And when you eat a lot, you shit a lot. So that's what gets into the next portion. You're going to need heavy, big filtration. Whatever you're thinking about using to filter the tank, double it. And maybe even triple it. These fish eat a lot. They're huge predator fish. They're messy, messy fish. So when they bite into stuff, they tear into stuff, all that crap comes out of their gills. They're just sitting at the bottom of the tank. You're not going to go later and pick at it. It's just going to sit there. So you're going to want big, powerful, heavy filtration that's helping you out with the detritus and all the uneaten particles. That's going to keep your fish very active, very dominant, very aggressive, the way that you want it. That's how you need to keep this fish. You need to be dedicated. It doesn't take a lot of work, but you have to be dedicated to the amount of work that it takes. All in all, this is a big, mean fish, and it's a lot of fun to keep. If you have the proper time and give it the proper care and the appropriate space, this fish will be part of your family for years to come. You will really enjoy keeping this fish, as long as you do it the right way. But that's all I got for you. Shout out to the fish gang. Make sure you smash the mofo like button. I'm out the tank. Thanks for watching.
Hey you, yeah, fish food. If you subscribe to the channel already, then welcome to the fish gang. But if you haven't, shame on you. Keep in mind, every time you subscribe to a channel, particularly maybe this one, your fish live a little bit longer. It's science. It's real science. But, in all seriousness, you get a chance to win some free stuff. So hit the subscribe button, enter for your chance to win. All you have to do is just subscribe. It's going to be a Sun canister filter, the 304B, rated for like 525 gallons per hour. I wouldn't give you guys something that I don't personally use or I haven't personally tested, so I do have it on 3 of my tanks. I've got it on this 75 here, and I've got it on 2 125s. So we will be giving it to one of our lucky viewers for absolutely free. All you have to do is just hit the subscribe button, comment you love mofo fish, and hit that like button. We're out the tank.